3, 2, 1. We're live. Fucking back for episode 3.
Well, not live, but anyways.
Okay, yeah, we're live on YouTube. Check us out. Whatever. You already know. Hit that sub button because I forgot to mention it last time. Hey, 90% of you guys are unsubbed that are viewing, so hit that sub for your boy and join the motherfucking cancel squad.
And we also appreciate the people who have subscribed already.
Yeah, you guys are goated. Anyway, we are on episode 3. And we got brand new beers to try. So
EP3, baby.
Yup. I got a Ace Dry. It's an apple cider. I thought it looked dope because it has a Joker on it.
He picks his beers based on the way they look. I pick my beers based on the way they taste, but we'll get to that later.
I don't know how they taste. If you're going to try brand new beers, how are you going to know how it tastes?
Yeah, I didn't know how this was going to taste, but reading the description versus just the way it looks.
That Purple 8.
So mine is called is by Sandbox Brewing Company. It's called the Fruit Box. It's a blueberry and raspberry blonde sour. I'm already pretty much down this much to it. This shit is so fire. I recommend anybody that can get their hands on it to try this shit.
Yeah, no, that's really amazing.
It tastes just like fucking very sweet, a little sour, but tastes like candy, to be honest with you.
Tastes like that purple drink.
He took a sip, and I convinced him to take a sip, and even he appreciated it.
Yeah, no, that tastes hella good. Do those have like a lot of sugar in it though? A massive hangover?
No, anytime I've ever had a sour, surprisingly, I don't get hangovers with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I don't know what it is. They don't really have the whole little fucking.
Well, do you even get hangovers? Like your metabolism looks like it's pretty quick.
Yeah, but I don't get hangovers like that, surprisingly. But sometimes I will if I like draft beer. I actually just had a hangover the other day when I told you I had a headache.
Oh yeah.
My family members were telling me because I went to a little get together. They were telling me it's probably because of the draft beers. I didn't know that, but they were saying it's because of that fucking the nitrous or whatever the fuck they put in it.
Nitrous?
The carbohydrate, whatever. What do they put into the draft beer to make it so it can fucking shoot out?
Is it like
any draft beer?
Is it like kind of like the nitro cold brews?
Kind of, but I'm talking about when I'm
they
sure
do
fans
use
will
nitro
know.
for the cold brews. That's why they call them a nitro cold brew, and they have that fuzz.
Yeah, but it's more so just it's like something. I almost want to call it like not even carbon dioxide, obviously, but it's something that they fucking put in.
I know what it is. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah,
but
nitro.
Yeah, it's a little additive they add, and I feel like maybe it did because I literally had a 22 ounce, and that shit made me feel like I had that fucking headache.
I got rocked. Yeah, I sent him a video. I'm like, bro, what's the caption? What should I put? I'm about to post this bitch.
This guy can't come with his own shit.
No, dude, I just wanted to go through, see if you had any better ideas. And then I didn't get a reply till the next morning. I was like, bruh. But anyway.
All right, real quick. That one's done, so I'm going to pop up on another one, let you guys know what it is.
This thing is gluten-free and fucking vegan. So I was like, I was a little skeptical at first. But it tastes all right. It tastes like.
How is it? I've had it before, and it was all right to me. I prefer sour, so it wasn't the best.
It tastes like I'm at Thanksgiving drinking fucking apple cider.
This one's called Razzie Pazzy by Raz Brewing Company.
Razzmatazz.
Imperial Sour. It's a 8.2 ounce or 8.2% alcohol. I'll let you know how it is in a sec. Okay, it's all right. We getting someone.
Dude, we've been spending 20 minutes just getting our audio down. We're gonna go ahead and invest in better mics eventually.
Not as good as the other one, but it's still pretty good for a sour.
Let me try it.
Yeah, go ahead. We ain't worried about Corona around here.
Oh shit.
Corona who? But I like it. It's not the worst. He doesn't like the sours. God. He's got that little girl taste.
That tastes good.
Them little girl taste buds.
It's pungent. Gives you a little punch in the gut.
Right. It's honestly, I like it though. Like to me, when you ask people, do they like beer or do they like hard alcohol? They usually like hard alcohol because they can mix it with stuff and make it taste better. Because they don't like the way beer tastes. This isn't the way beer normally tastes. So
me personally, I don't even like. Alcohol's all right, but in the end, the only thing I'm looking to do is get drunk.
See, my thing is, I never really want to get drunk. I want to get buzzed.
Well, I don't want to get drunk. Like the other day,
that's a good debate right there. Drunk versus buzzed.
Okay, well, what's the point of being drunk? Because the other day I was puking and I was just like, when you get the spins and you're just sitting there like, fuck, dude, I don't like this feeling. It's fucking bad. So what is that? Are
you talking about hangover drunk, or
no? It's just when you're done drinking.
When you close your eyes, you get that spins. Because that's the only time I ever get the spins when I'm like really buzzing and I fucking close my eyes to go lay down. I'm like, and everything starts moving around.
Yeah, is that being drunk or is that what would you call that?
Yeah, I think that's just more so being drunk.
Okay, then yeah, hardcore buzz, pretty good. What I'm chasing.
So you like that?
Yeah, I'd like a fucking good buzz.
You
Yeah,
like the
for sure.
spins.
No, fuck no. We're talking about being drunk.
But that's what I said. It's more so you don't get that feeling until you're drunk. You don't get that feeling off of being buzzed, I don't feel like.
Yeah, you just get that happy-go-lucky fucking goddamn liquid courage feeling. You're like, hey, yo, what's up, girl? How you doing? Shit.
But no, yeah, I think.
Speaking of girls,
How's your dating life?
fuck, dude, I wanted to get into Tinder, dude.
Tinder.
Tinder on COVID is a bitch. So
Really, I thought it would have been better because people just want to fucking meet up with somebody.
no, dude.
How else are you
why
gonna
would-
find it? How else are you gonna find it?
Bro,
You can't go to bars and
so
meet anybody.
so many of these chicks want to be fucking pen pals. They're like, yeah, I'm kind of scared. I want to get my vaccine, and before I go out, start dating, start being a hoe or whatever. I'm like, bro, come on. You're really gonna have
They
me-
say that.
They say that, dude. I've been coming to so many encounters. They're
See,
like,
but that's the girls that are on Tinder. The
Yeah.
girls that clearly don't give a fuck about what they're just them raunchy girls. I feel like.
well, not even that. They just don't want to go out, and it's like, bro, you're wasting my time. I'm not here to sit and fucking write you text messages back to back every day. I'm like, dude, you're wasting my time. Come on.
But it's like
And then I just drop them.
to me, any person that's gonna go on the dating website or dating app or whatever has clearly can't find that personal connection with somebody they actually meet in real life.
Well,
They have to go through an app to
But-
find somebody.
dude. So many things. We're disconnected from meeting people like that, though. Like,
But if you think about it, dating websites have been around for a while.
yeah.
Before we've had this whole like lost in your phones type shit. Before
But
we've had COVID.
There's
Dating
no
apps have
way.
been
We've been
around.
lost in our phones fucking for years.
I hear you, but at the same time, it's like farmers only? That shit's been around for how long?
Bro, what the fuck is that?
I hear you, but I'm saying
Some
that
bummy
those are the
It's
shit
like
you see
Farm
the commercial
Simulator
on.
18. Like,
You see the commercials
Bro.
all the time about farmersonly.com. How long has that been going on?
Bro, Farm Simulator 18. When did they come out with 17, 16, 15, 14? What, like, come on.
It says Farm Simulator 18.
Dude, you never seen those, like, the fucking
The
commercials
little
on your
quick
phone?
apps, the little games. Yeah, I've
yeah.
seen that. But at the
It's like,
same
bro,
time,
really?
that's what I'm talking about. It's like shit's been around. Shit's been popping. It's you can't say it's just since we've had apps. I feel like there's been dating websites for days.
Yeah.
Since the internet's been invented, there's been dating websites.
It's just about creating that long-lasting fucking relationship. And it's,
But
a lot
what
of people
I'm
have
saying
difficulty
is
trying to do it.
To find somebody who's looking for love or looking for a relationship on a website means they can't find it in their normal day-to-day lives. When they say
Yeah, but dude,
an insane amount of percentage of couples are made through workspace. So,
yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even find somebody at
That
your
makes me-
job or whatnot that you had to fucking go online to find a
That
connection.
makes me think about that meme. It's like, bro,
Don't
focus
point
on
at me.
yourself.
Don't point at me.
Bro, focus on yourself. Your girl's getting tickled at work.
I've never seen that meme, but that's how I met my lady, was at work.
Girl.
We met at Safeway. So, I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
Forgot you
know
were
what
at Safeway for a
I'm saying? Right down the
minute.
damn street. Honestly, for those you don't know, I started as a fucking courtesy clerk, which is the lowest of the low, and worked my way to night manager. You can do it. Trust me. If you start off as an entry level job, that's a whole nother side note real quick. Work your way up. Don't just think that, it is what it is and you're stuck at a position you're at. Work your fucking ass off and you'll get there.
Exactly. Just gotta fucking make it happen. A lot of time you gotta fake it till you make it.
Surprisingly, yeah. A lot like when they first came to me and said it was actually another coworker that told the store manager and said, I think he can be the night manager. And then they brought it up in front of me. And then the store manager looked at me like, well, it was a woman. She was like, do you think you're ready for that? And I was like, instantly, I was just like, yeah. What am I gonna say? No?
Yeah, I
You
know.
know what I mean? Like
turn
yeah,
it down.
take the opportunity. You don't know
Is there
until
a
you
pay
do it.
raise?
And there was. I literally doubled my pay by becoming the night manager. But at the same time, it's like you don't know until you try.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I feel like are too fucking scared to fucking try to do something different. They're cool with being where
Well,
they're at.
you gotta get uncomfortable with being. You gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Is what they say.
I've heard that, and I agree.
Because you gotta step
100%.
out of your fucking comfort zone. You gotta do things. You gotta take positions that you don't want to take, but it'll advance you as a person.
Not even
and-
just in jobs, but like in life in
In life,
general.
exactly. You
Be,
gotta
be
do
uncomfortable. Like with this, like not even that we're uncomfortable. We're enjoying the podcast shit, but it's not something we were just ready to fucking do. Not something that we were just ready to start. You know what I mean?
I was ready to go.
we're
I was like, Raymond, what day?
Yeah, we were ready for it. We've been talking about it for so goddamn long, but I think it's more so just like we started this not knowing 100% what we're doing.
Yeah, there's a difference between talking about something and then actually bringing it into fucking action.
Like we've talked about, I think it was in the first episode, how long we talked about getting this shit going until we actually finally fucking got it together.
Yeah, exactly. We fucking sat here and actually did it. Because sometimes you'll say...
This is episode 3. We were literally talking about this probably a year before we even got this episode 3 or episode 1 in. You know what I mean?
On to fucking greater things. Slowly but surely.
Which is the way to do it. Be uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling like I might not make it. It might not work out. Because I'll tell you what, it's not going to work out if you don't even fucking try it. If you don't take that commitment to try that shit.
And if it doesn't try, just keep feeding it. Keep growing, what you want to do. Basically, like...
Because, real quick, sorry. Because if I didn't take that position, if I didn't tell my manager, yes, I'm ready to become night manager, somebody else would have got that position. And then how long would I have to wait to get that opportunity again?
And I might have never got that opportunity. You're sitting in the back, you're like, damn, I should have took that position. Fuck,
right.
Should have done it.
And it turned out I loved it. I was good at it. You know what I'm saying? And I still can go, if I wanted to, back to that Safeway, because I haven't recently, but I went back to that Safeway long after I was done working there, and those same night people were telling me how much they missed me and the way I ran shit and how I got shit done and how now they have to do extra work because of the new night managers. So I didn't even know if I was 100% ready for it. I did it, and I ended up excelling in it. You know what I mean? Who knows?
You don't know what you like enjoy until you actually do it,
and you might not be good at it, and that's okay too. Whatever you're trying to do, you might not be good at it. That just means try something else.
Yeah, so that's basically what I want to talk about was Tinder in COVID, how it's a pain in the ass.
Well, like I'm saying, you should honestly be looking for love in different routes. But at the same time, you're not looking for love. You're looking for hookups, which is what Tinder is.
No,
let's be real. Let's be real.
I'm looking for a real connection for with someone that you could grow with.
Then don't be on Tinder. You're not gonna find that person on Tinder because, like you just said, those women aren't looking for that. They're saying, I want to let myself go, or I want to have fun before I get serious.
Some people are like, no hookups. I'm like, bro, you chill. Shut it up. But
that's also a problem that you're having with, what if that one person that's saying no hookups could have been your soulmate, but you're also, I'm trying to hook up right away.
Yeah. What do you think about a chick's body count? Does it matter to you or no?
If a chick has a high body count?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's obviously not a good sign.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm sure there's many relationships where a chick had a high body count or a guy had a high body count, where they got into a relationship with somebody who didn't have a high body count, and it still worked out amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you can't really judge off that, but at the same time, if you don't want somebody where you're going to be thinking about all the time in the back of your head, this chick or this dude has been with hell of people before me, you shouldn't be looking for that. You should know that that's not what your type is, and you should get that out of the way ahead of time. Don't waste your fucking time. Don't waste somebody else's time.
Yeah, for sure. Wasting somebody's time. You got to be upfront with them. You got to be direct and, let them know what the hell you want. But this one TikTok I saw, it was like, yeah, girls basically have a filter because they can choose who they sleep with, because
more guys are just wanting to sleep with anybody.
Exactly. So they could choose, and basically they said that if they have a high body count, that they have kind of a shitty filter, and they'll just let anyone hit. I was like, oh shit, a filter? That sounds that's pretty dope. Like I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like like I said, if a chick has a high body count and you're okay with it, then you're a lot of guys I feel like don't give a fuck, because when you're on a dating website like Tinder specifically, you're trying to be a part of that body count and not trying to be in a relationship. 100%.
Yeah.
You're just trying to be in a body count, and then you're trying to dip out. And that's why it's like, that's why I was, kind of a little bit calling you out. Yeah. Or calling whoever's out on a dating app. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, you're not really looking for love. You're not. Especially on an app like Tinder, specific apps. They're meant for fucking and dipping. or constant fucking and then dipping. You're not looking for that relationship. There are some sites and some apps that are more dedicated to find, like, what is it? Match.com.
Yeah, but you gotta
like
pay
they
for
claim more.
like,
yeah, but at the same time, but okay, but that's what I'm saying. That person is really looking for love because they're trying to pay for that shit. Somebody who's just trying to, let me get a quick free fuck. Seriously. I mean, you're laughing, but it is what it is. And I'm sure many people think it and aren't too afraid to admit it, but it is what it is.
True facts. So, what'd you do this weekend?
This weekend, I had a headache on Sunday, which sucked ass. On Saturday, what did I do on Saturday?
Yeah, that makes me think of fucking, I need to stop drinking, bro.
Oh, on Saturday, I finished up my first side project. I don't know if you saw me post it
Oh,
on
yeah,
Instagram.
it was like an awning?
Well, it was called a pergola. Or pergola.
The nomenclature?
Pergola. It depends on what part of the world you come for, the way you pronounce it. But yeah, I finished that up, and I think it came out great. I'm excited with the way it came out. It was my first real side job that I had done, and it was pretty dope. I mean, I needed a little bit of help for like more so the structural part of it because again, I'm a carpenter. But at the end of the day, I love the way it came out. I had a coworker come help me for a day on like make sure everything was gonna be laid out proper, just because the person I did it for, I really respect, and I didn't want it wasn't just some random.
Oh, so you did it for someone?
Yeah, someone. Yeah, it wasn't for myself, but yeah, I did it for somebody I know. And this guy, he's really helped me out in life in times where I needed times are bad and I needed help. He was right there for me. So I really wanted to make sure it was titties.
Spot on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we did what we needed to do, and he's fucking stoked about it. You know what I mean? Because the reason why I needed to build it was because he normally just buys them little cheap fucking pop-up tents. Pop-up, you know what I mean? It just comes with a top on it, little fabric top, and it just kept
Walmart.
getting... Yeah, exactly. It kept getting fucked up year after year, you know, throughout the weather and whatnot, or the wind fucking it up. And so it finally just broke again, and he was just like, yo, now that you're in the business, can you build me something? So I fucking built it.
You ever thought about making a side gig?
Well, yeah. Well, when you're in construction, side gigs are very common. You know,
I mean, like fucking Raymond Incorporated.
Oh, well, that's not even a side gig. That's my own company.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like making it your own company, you know.
I mean, it'd be nice, but
that'd be dope.
I'm still an apprentice. I'm almost still in my program, but yeah, I mean, eventually that's the goal, is make my own company.
And just fucking when people need something, they just hit you up, or you got like an LLC, fucking limited. What does the LLC stand for? Just like a company that you create yourself, and then you get your own W-5 form or something like that. And then you are your own business. You have a truck and all that. But even then,
it's like at that point, it's a whole nother ballgame. It's not just working on projects. It's taxes, paying for other employees if you have other people working for you. It's like a whole nother fucking ballgame.
Yeah, but then you'd be a fucking entrepreneur.
I hear you, but like I said before in the other podcast, if I can make a living off this shit, that's the goal.
That's the goal. That's the for sure goal.
100%.
Get out of this little fucking studio.
Is that nicotine in there?
Yeah. What?
F in the chat.
Dude, it's like when I drink, it feels good, you know? It's just give me that little extra boost. I'm just like, oh shit.
They actually say, I don't know if you know this, but nicotine's actually got positive effects.
Yeah, they have nicotinic receptors that go into your brain, and it's positive for like short bursts, but if you're addicted, and it's not good for you.
Well, and not even that, but it's more so the way we are used to consuming the nicotine is not the best. Through smoke and inhalation, it's not the best because there's other shit added to it.
What are you supposed to do, like for the beneficial?
Like nicotine patches, nicotine gum, nicotine.
Bro, I'm just afraid I'm like gonna do one. I'm just gonna be like on another level. I'll be like so fucking lightheaded.
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure just like fucking. Like vape, where you can get the percentage of it, you can get the percentage of the patches, you get the percentage of the gum. I'm almost positive.
It's just to where you do it, and you're
or
like,
they even have the fucking little dips. That's just nicotine. You know what I'm saying?
Dip spit.
There's so many ways. There's so many ways
dips
to go
in fucking Marine Corps, dude.
Did you?
No, I never. Hell no. I did. I took a little piece. I put it on my tongue. I was like,
I've dipped a couple times, and honestly, you have to work yourself into it.
Yeah.
If you just go straight hammy with like a big ass chunk, you're gonna get
horseshoe.
And the number one thing is don't swallow that shit because you get fucking sick as shit.
Dudes will be fucking drinking the goddamn dip bottle.
Really?
Yeah, they'll be like, "Hey, yo, I dare you to do it," and then they'll be like,
"Oh, not for nobody's just doing it for
no,
fun."
No, hell no.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That shit's nasty. You get it gutted and fucking throw up. Okay. But
anyways, something I want to talk about, which we haven't talked about yet, is our pets. You have certain pet. I have certain pets, especially uncommon to some people. Yeah. I got ferrets. I don't know if anybody knows, but
pretty sure they're illegal in California, aren't they?
Well, so it's a little tricky, and that's something also I want to talk about. They're illegal to buy them.
Well, you got fucking loopholes.
they're legal to buy them, they're illegal to sell them, but they're not illegal to own necessarily, from what I've understood.
So we're gonna get a cop fucking slamming your door. Hey,
Yeah,
bitch, give me your ferret.
Exactly. Nobody's really fucking cracking down on ferrets. But even then, they sell ferret food, ferret supplies, ferret toys, ferret litter, all at Petco in California.
Is it something to do with like the population? How it will like you know how they can't have certain plants in California because it'll kill other plants and it's just a dominant.
Right. They say it's because you can't. They don't want them to fucking dip it, like you to lose your ferret and then it breed and then now there's just
like the dominant species.
It'll fuck up the what do they call it, the
animal chain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't buy a ferret from not from Lego, from Petco.
Let go.
Sorry, from Petco unless it's spayed or neutered. So what difference does it make if that's how they're selling them?
Oh, so they have them spayed or neutered.
You can't have them fucking. They can't have babies.
Can you get them off Craigslist?
100%. That's how I got the first set.
So I got it off the black market.
No, I found 2 ferrets on Craigslist. Sorry, drinking a little bit, and we've had those now for a while, and then we ended up going to Nevada, drove a trip down to Nevada, and got our own ferrets from Petco Babies, and brought them back over, and then we just buy all the food.
Do they go for a lot?
It's like $160 per ferret.
Shit, just start breeding, bro.
Well, you can't. They're spayed and neutered. That's what I'm saying. If you got one
from Nevada, isn't it not spayed?
They're from Petco, and that's what I'm saying. They're already that way, so why can't we sell them here that way? It doesn't make any fucking sense. Gavin Newsom, again, piece of shit, acts like he's going to legalize them. Doesn't. So
he said he was going to legalize. I'm going to legalize ferrets.
Well, he acts like he's with the shit, but then he says, "Oh,
there's a whole ferret movement."
Yeah, bro, look into it, bro. Ferrets are the shit, and honestly, a lot of people don't understand. Ferrets are dope because they're fucking litter trained. So a lot of people don't know that. I have a litter box for them.
Yeah.
They don't shit and piss everywhere. They fucking, when they need to go, they find their litter box. They know where it's at, and they go in the litter box.
They're just like little slinky fucking animals.
Honestly, they're the dopest shit ever. And but yeah, ferrets are fucking dope. I love them. I think they're one of the greatest things. The only thing I'd say that sucks about them is their lifespan. It's like they say it's like 6 to 8 years, which sucks. They don't really live that long.
That's a decent amount of time for a small creature.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not that like as long as a dog will live,
bro.
Especially for being $160 a pop. You know what I'm saying? Plus their fucking litter that you have to constantly change. Plus their food you have to constantly give them. Plus their cage you have to make sure they have a dope cage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a lot of necessities that they need. But I love having ferrets. I honestly think it's a great investment. I think they're super dope. People say they're like a mixture between a dog and a cat.
Do they got issues?
In what
medical?
Sense? They say if your ferret is gonna have issues, it starts around the year 2.
Is it like genetical issues?
Yeah, like some ferrets, like it's kind of common. My ferrets have never got it, or any of the ferrets I know have never got it. But they say like some of the ferrets get like hair loss, or they become like hairless.
Oh shit!
Ferrets.
Like a fucking Kim Possible, the naked mole rat, bro.
But yeah, it kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like you can look it up online. There's it happens, but I've never seen it, personally. But
Rufus, bro, name the next one Rufus, bro.
But shit. No, yeah, I love having them. They're awesome. We got a boy and a girl, and the boy's name is Captain. The girl's name is Tara. I came up with Tara because it's short for pterodactyl.
Yeah,
because she screams like a pterodactyl.
Oh hell no!
And that's what I'm saying though. Is it? Every ferret is different. They all have their own personality, and that's what I love about them.
I wanted a guinea pig when I was super young. My mom was like, "No, you're gonna get a hamster," because I had a guinea pig when I was young, and they only squeal. Like I guess they make.
Yeah, but even then, it's not that loud.
I don't know. I never had it.
I'm telling you, I've had a guinea pig too.
Yeah.
Even with the ferrets, when I say she screams like a pterodactyl, it's not. Think about how small they are. They can't be that loud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I like little chunky fucking things. That's why I have an English bulldog.
And they now have hairless ferrets for sale at Petco.
They do?
Yeah, you've never been to one? They literally look like hippopotamuses. Like miniature hippopotamuses.
Aren't they lanky though? A ferret?
No, I'm sorry. Did I say ferret?
You mean guinea pig?
I meant guinea pig.
They have
a hairless guinea pig you can find at our Petcos and probably every Petco, and they literally look like little hippopotamuses. It's fucking dope.
Bro, one fucking crazy theory is that pigs are so close to humans. Well, it's not a theory, but it's actually true. Are literally, dude, I mean, what other animal has skin like us? A pig.
Okay.
And they say that we like eating pig because it tastes like human.
Yeah, but have you ever seen what is it?
They say that pigs are more intelligent than dogs.
What's that movie with Well, I don't know about that. I don't think that's true at all.
Well, it's like some.
Well, I can tell you my personal experience. I don't think
You've been
that at
around
all.
pigs?
Yeah, I'm a white boy, man. I was raised on a farm.
He's alright.
No, but I wasn't raised on a farm, but I've been around a lot of my relatives have
Yeah.
farms and whatnot. But so what I was saying about Denzel in the Book of Eli, there's that shit where they say that when they have the humans eating human scene,
Mm-hmm.
well, not the scene, they don't show it, but they show the couple that eats human flesh, and they got the shakes. You remember that movie?
No, I never seen it.
But yeah, they say that if you I don't know if it's true, but they say if you eat human fucking flesh or human meat, you get shakes and shit like
What
that.
the hell? Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Like adrenaline from their blood?
I don't know. They didn't really get into detail, but there
Yeah.
was this like old man and old woman who was a couple, and the book in the movie, him and that Mila Kunis or whatever, however you say her name, they fucking they run into him, and then he's like, don't eat the meat, because he sees them shaking and he understands, oh, they're eating humans,
Yeah.
and then they know we gotta get the fuck out of here, otherwise we're next, and so that's why I don't believe the whole pigs and humans.
Bro, because of a movie?
not just based on like, but I mean like,
Well, what I'm saying is the experiment. Like, you could fucking take pig organs and put it into humans. And that's how genetically,
works?
like, we're like 99%
and it
like
works
a pig.
when we're functioning.
Yes.
So you can get a transplant from a pig.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't know, dude. I'm just fit.
Okay, then. Okay, because people are gonna be calling you out on
but
that.
no,
shit.
I know that they're super alike.
Because
like,
I feel like we'd be hearing about that a lot more often.
yeah.
We don't. Why are we worried about blood types if we could just be getting pigs?
So if we're getting into
organs?
crazy shit right now, before we okay, let's go back to
pig organs, this fucking guy.
Let's go back to dogs. I mean, animals in general.
Animals.
I
Yeah.
have a
So
fucking
again,
English
with your
bulldog.
dog, your pet.
I have an English bulldog. I love bulldogs. I just like weird creatures, kind of. It's bulldog isn't even like a dog. Like, honestly, they're just fucking.
What are they then?
They're a dog, but I don't know when they're around my other dogs, they don't like. They look at her because she's snorting and breathing. Like they're genetically.
Yeah, she's a obese dog.
Well, they were created by man. They you
Right.
know,
Yeah. They picked the genes out. and
Exactly.
But
they
that's
modified it.
I mean, if you really want to get into it, they're technically super unhealthy.
Yeah, they're terribly unhealthy. That's why it's bad to have them. Like, these dogs, they're bred. You have to C-section them. So basically, take them to the hospital, pay for the C-section.
Did you
And-
do that?
Hmm?
Did you do that?
No, I mean, yeah, I bought it from a breeder, and the breeder had to do it.
Oh, okay.
But I got it for a pretty good price, and good price for those dogs are like $2,500.
And then you got two technically, right?
I had one, but he drowned. Unfortunately, like I
What?
was driving back from. It's bad.
That wasn't even what I was talking about.
Oh well, I have Buffy, and then I had Baxter.
I was talking about the one you got for your kid.
Oh no, that's another bulldog. I didn't get it.
Wait,
no.
hold on. You had a bulldog that drowned?
Yeah, I had a bulldog. His name
In-
was Baxter. He was badass. He was fucking goddamn
So-
tank.
I hate to bring it up, but since you brought it up,
Yeah, no, I'll tell the story. So, I was in San Diego, and that's when I got him, and he was pretty cheap too. He was $2,500.
you mean real quick, he drowned because he couldn't swim.
Well,
He's
yeah,
so
these dogs
heavy?
are fucking stocky, but
Damn.
the issue was, it was Thanksgiving. I drove 10 hours from San Diego all the way up to the Bay, which was Bay Area, which was like Roseville area, and it was a 10-hour drive because it was Thanksgiving, and it's the worst traffic of the year, and it was fucking miserable driving through all that bullshit. But I show up to my aunt's house, and there's 6 dogs there because everybody's cooping up together because it's Thanksgiving. We're all fucking having celebration. It was midnight when I got there.
Your aunt has a pool?
Yeah, my aunt has a pool, and she dropped off Baxter, and then all 6 dogs were chilling in the living room. I was eating some McDonald's because I was hungry as fuck, and my cousin let out all the dogs into the backyard, and it was fucking 12. It was midnight. It was cold. It was fucking like 50 degrees, and 6 dogs are outside playing and whatnot. And then 3 minutes go by. I'm like, I want to say what's up to Baxter, because I didn't get to see him.
3 minutes. Is that accurate?
Yeah, 3 minutes. I just got there, and I was just chilling, and she
okay.
let all the dogs outside, and they were just chilling out there for probably 3 minutes. And I'm like, yo, what's up? I want to see the Baxter. So I go outside. I'm looking for him. I'm like, where is he? And I see 5 dogs come inside. I'm like, where the fuck is the 6th? Baxter. And I'm running around, and then I look at the bottom of the pool, and he's fucking laying at the bottom. So I jump.
way.
Yeah, I jump in there. It's fucking 50 degrees. It was ice cold. So when you jump into cold water, you're like. So
Right,
I
it
had
takes a breath at
yeah. So I had to fucking take another breath, and then go down and pick his ass up. He was heavy as fuck, and then I just yoinked him out, and I was just like, no, this can't be real, you know? Tried fucking pushing on him. My cousin over here, she went through some CPR school, and she tried doing it as well, and then my cousin called the animal hospital, and then they took him. I knew it was over because he was down
that long.
He had to be gone. He wasn't getting resuscitated right there. So I just knew it was over.
Fuck.
His body was limp. It was warm, and it was.
I mean, yeah, my bad. I really didn't want to bring
it's all
that.
good.
I didn't even know
Like,
you had another bulldog like that.
yeah, his paw print's right there.
Damn, dog.
Yeah. So,
No
yeah,
pun intended, but
it's
yeah.
crazy. They took him to the hospital. And
Holy shit!
I knew it was over, so I was just in the shower, just like, fuck, dude, this can't have happened.
Holy fuck! What was your family doing at the time when all this was happening? They were all just tripping out.
Well, three of them went to the dog hospital, and they were all tripping out. They're like, what the fuck? It literally happened in a matter of 10 minutes of him getting there. So it was pretty fucked. But anyway, I have
How old
Buffy
was
now. He wasn't even a year.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks. But anyway,
Well, now you got Buffy.
now I got Buffy,
Buffy's
her
been
fat
going
ass,
good,
bro.
going strong.
she's a little.
Every time we take a break, that motherfucker comes busted in here.
The thing
like
about
it's her
I
house.
love about bulldogs is they're just stubborn, funny creatures. Like, I mean, they're pretty smart. Like, I showed her how to
Yeah,
shake.
my stepdad has a bulldog.
Oh, he
and my
does?
mom, yeah.
What kind
they
of bulldog?
It's I'm not even
Is
sure.
it like
to
a
be honest.
French? Because they got French, English.
It literally looks like Buffy. This is brown and white.
Yeah. Okay. So it's probably English bulldog. But dude, they're funny. They're definitely.
I'm sorry, man. I really.
Oh, it's all good. It's all
I
good.
didn't mean that shit, but damn.
It is what it is. Like, it's just crazy to think like animals, how we domesticated them and fucking. How do we have some little creature that just hangs
Not
out
even
with
that.
us,
How
you
do we
know?
have fucking so many different kinds that we've perfected into their? Well, not perfected because they usually have problems when they're bred it out to be
Yeah.
a specific breed. But like me personally, I want a Schnauzer. Hella bad. I've been looking forward to. I know I'm gonna get a Schnauzer one day.
Why do you want a Schnauzer?
I just like the way they
Schnauzer.
look. To me, especially when they have the cropped ears, a lot of people are.
I know, but do they have like a different like a personality?
Yeah,
It's-
well, they say that. I think they're like, if I remember correctly, they're like the 8th smartest dog of all dog breeds,
yeah.
and they're just super fucking smart. I personally love the way they look. They kind of, to me, have that old man, mean, rugged look to them. They look like
Yeah.
a wise old fucking dog that like just can tell you your future type shit. You know what I'm saying?
They remind me of my pa.
You know what I'm saying? I really like the way they look. But and then to find out they're really smart dogs, I like that even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because training dogs is dope. It's just about repetition. Like, I trained both my dogs how to shake, roll over, and do all that shit. But still, Buffy's fucking a goddamn tank. She'll run around.
You can't train her to do that, right? You
To
can't
do
do
what?
You taught her tricks?
Yeah, I taught her how to shake, sit, and fucking speak.
Really?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
be like, speak. I just do hand motions. I watch YouTube. I learn everything, a lot of shit on YouTube.
Have you had to use that little clicker shit?
No, I never got into it.
So you can do that with ferrets too, right? Speaking of ferrets,
You can do tricks?
yeah, you could teach. I've even seen videos where they teach them to, and they fucking
No way.
pretend to play dead.
That's
Yeah, I
hella
mean,
funny.
you can even teach them to like stand on their two back legs and like bunny hop, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's all
pretty
about
dope.
that little clicker though for them. Like they more so know that little. They get used
Just
to that
a sound cue.
100%. But and it's also like rewarding them with treats to the beginning 100%. So they
Yeah, because you gotta have a reward to their action.
yeah.
Because they don't really understand. I don't know how to explain it, but they
But
understand
that-
the action.
But even then, though, I don't believe that. I also believe that they understand. So there's this dog I know named Tuk Tuk, and that fucking dog, dude, is one of the smartest dogs. Like he's a badass dog where he'll do whatever the fuck he really wants to do. You know, he'll get into some trouble type shit. But he's one of the most smartest dogs when it comes to understanding what you say. You can literally be like, Tuk Tuk, stop, or Tuk Tuk, stay, or Tuk Tuk, do this, jump up on here, and he'll fucking know based on what you say. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like I've never experienced it before with any other dog.
Yeah.
Granted, I've never had any other dog to
Was
like.
he
that
paid?
was
Like, was he trained by a professional?
no.
Wow.
But at the same time, he had a couple beatings to understand what because there was a story where there was a brand new jersey bought in the house and the jersey was placed on the bed. And that motherfucker came into the bedroom and took a nice dump right on
Oh,
that
hell
jersey.
no.
Like he knew what he was like. Why are you gonna show a jersey?
Yeah, yeah.
You knew that was something that was new.
He's like,
and you
this,
just wanted to
this
get-
is mine, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So he got what he wanted. He got his point across, but he's also still one of the smartest fucking dogs I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So something I really want to talk about is a documentary I watched on Hulu. The Hulu. But it's called Three Identical Strangers. Have you watched it?
Oh, dude, yeah.
You watched
It's
it?
about how the government would separate twins, or
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's the government. I don't know if they figured that out.
They
but
definitely did experiment.
It was a fucking organization that for like I don't know if it's an adoption agency. I can't remember 100% details, but yeah, they separated twins, aka three triplets,
yeah,
and then wouldn't tell the adopting parents that they had a twin or a triplet. They wouldn't tell the triplets, obviously, if they had, twins or whatnot, triplets or whatever the fuck you want to say. But yeah, you have seen it.
Oh, I've heard of it. I think I've seen it, but it was a long ass time ago.
Yeah, it's been out for a while now. But yeah, blows my fucking mind to think that they did that type of shit.
Yeah,
And that
they did so many. I mean, so much fucked up shit has gone on.
And what's even crazier is they had all these documents now about, the experiments that they did. For those of you who don't know, the documentary is called Three Identical Strangers. And I'm sure you can watch it on other sites or other streaming shit, but
Probably a YouTube video
yeah,
or
exactly. But I watched it on Hulu, and basically it's an adoption agency that separated they follow this set of triplets that were separated basically at birth, and when they were adopted they weren't told that they were part of a triplet. The adopting parents weren't told they were part of a triplet group and whatnot, and they knew that they were separating them and then told the parents, oh, we're just checking up, we're going to do tests throughout their early life to find out how they're doing. But really what they were doing is they would go to one of the triplets, they would ask them and have them do tests, and then go to the next triplets and have them do tests and whatnot. And what it was, they specifically separated these triplets into families that were of wealth, of poverty, and of fucking, the median, I forgot what they have that term for. Middle class, there you go. And they were trying to basically see, are you born the way you are?
Yeah.
Or are you raised to be the way you are? And so they didn't tell any of these families this, which is fucked up if you ask me. And because every one of these families all said, if I knew that this kid had a twin or had a triplet, I would have adopted all three of them or all two of them. You know what I'm saying? Almost all of them said that.
Yeah.
But what I think is the most fucked up part is they kept all these documents under secrecy. Like even now that it's been blown up and figured out, they won't let the public access these fucking files and all this information until I think it's 2050.
Is it classified or?
Yeah, exactly. Which is basically when all these triplets and twins are dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I understand.
Did they come up to an conclusion? Like what?
Well, they don't know because you can't access these files.
Didn't they come together eventually?
Yes, but even then, when they came together, they said, "What the fuck? Why weren't we told about this?" Those parents got pissed off because it specifically follows this pair of triplets. Why it got blown up and why they got figured out right away, because these triplets one of the triplets went to a call. Two of them went to the same college, and then they showed up to the same college at different years, and they said, "Wait, what's up, Randy?" or whatever the fuck his name was. "What's up, Randy?" And they're like, "I'm not Randy." And he goes, "You're not Randy?" Hold on. They take him to where the other real Randy is, and they're like, "Oh shit, we're twins."
It's like that Spider-Man meme where it's like, oh.
Exactly. And what's even the most fucked up part is they won't let the public know. But I guess at the end of the documentary, they say how these triplets, specifically these three brothers, were allowed to see these files, but they're not allowed to talk about it in a sense
The hell?
to the public. And the public's not allowed to read these files, and you're not allowed to find out if your twin or if you had a twin from this adoption agency until 2050, because they want you to be dead, because they know how detrimental it will be to your life to find out I had a twin my whole life I didn't know about. how fucked up would that be?
Yeah.
If you found out even right now in your life, you had a twin you never knew about. That would fuck your life up. Like, yeah, it'd be legit, but you'd also be like, what the fuck? Why didn't I know about this sooner?
Yeah, yeah.
Why didn't my parents know about this sooner?
Well, was there any study or any like evidence of them knowing, like feeling pain at the same time or anything like that?
That's what they say. They almost all three of them said that they felt some kind of void in their life growing up. They always felt like there was something missing or something weird about them. And then they also say how they find out they all smoked the same cigarettes growing up. They all had similar common attributes and whatnot. But they also, if you watch it, they get into where they start to realize once they found out about each other, they were only looking for similarities.
Yeah.
Dude, we all smoke the same cigarettes.
Well, yeah, you only point out what you see.
Dude, we don't like the same women.
Yeah.
Or, for example. I
think they only point out the similarities so they don't see much fucking difference.
Because at the same time, you're not going to find out you have a twin and be like, oh, we're different. You're like, dude, we're the same person. You know what I'm saying? It's just what you're going to do. It's just what you're excited about.
That's wild.
But how fucked up is that, dude?
How can
there's people right now in this world that don't know they have a twin because this fucking agency won't let them know that.
That's fucked. I'm just wondering how the hell they could keep it,
So if you were adopted or somebody you know was adopted, specifically this place, I think it was in New York somewhere.
Yeah.
But who knows? If New York's doing it, anybody could be doing it.
That's true.
If one place is doing it, to me, multiple places are doing it. It's impossible to have one place doing one thing and nobody else had that idea or had that theory to try this shit out.
Yeah, that's fucking
insane
bizarre
to me. I don't understand, and I honestly don't understand why this show hasn't blown, or this documentary hasn't blown the fuck up. It's insane to me. It's called 3 Identical Strangers, and I recommend anybody who hasn't seen it to watch that shit. It will blow your fucking mind.
Well, wasn't there?
My mom was adopted.
Yeah, your mom was adopted.
So that's why it also, she was adopted in a sense where we were able to track down later on in her life who her biological parents were and her biological brothers and siblings were. But yeah, we know she doesn't have a twin or whatnot, but still, it's trippy to think that it could be happening to anybody who was adopted. In a sense, you never really know for sure.
Yeah, a lot of crazy shit goes on. Like, for instance, fucking.
But you did watch it.
I've seen it a long time ago. But what I'm saying is, like, don't twins have kind of like a
telepathy?
Sort of, yeah.
Is what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say that someone like if someone breaks a bone, you'll be like, oh shit, what the hell? Like.
But who's to know unless you were a twin?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And all the time, people I'm sure get random pains where they're like, well, I know I didn't hurt my leg, but I kind of got a weird feeling in my leg. Or did I hurt my leg? Did I lift something a little too heavy? I mean, unless you know for sure you weren't adopted, or unless you know 100% you don't have a twin, how do you know that that's not what's causing that pain?
Yeah. Or someone will send something and they'll be like, oh shit, I need to call my sister, or I need to call.
Right. Or yeah, exactly. And
sometimes something will be bad.
It works. Yeah, it's something that's like really catastrophic, or something where it's like, oh shit, I knew something happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got that achy feeling. Something's not right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or even like a parent to a kid.
And they say that's the sixth sense?
Yeah, something like that.
Your fucking gut feeling.
Yeah, it when I watched that shit, it blew my motherfucking mind, dog. It blew my mind.
Have you ever seen The Discovery on Netflix?
The Discovery Channel?
No, it's called The Discovery. It's a Netflix original, but it's with you ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Of course.
So The Discovery, anyway, The Discovery, it's with the guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and basically it's pretty fucking nuts. You gotta watch it. So his dad is a leader in this scientific discovery. So they discover that there is something that happens after you die. Your brainwaves do go somewhere, and he lets out this information to the public.
Okay.
And now there's a pandemic of people committing suicide because they know that there's an afterlife. So they're
just trying to get to the afterlife?
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what the hell this is. So there's a pandemic of suicides. They have a whole suicide counter trying to prevent people from committing suicide.
That's Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
No, this is called The Discovery on Netflix.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. And so basically they find out the discovery, and the son, who's the main character, he is on a boat going to find his dad to do more research on it, or to stop him from letting out more research on that discovery because it's, caused that pandemic. of people
Okay.
committing suicide. So he meets this girl, and he basically falls in love. And then they go to where the dad is, and the dad basically goes to a dead body and does the brainwaves and sees that this dude that was dead, he sees basically they could get a visual on tape of what's going on in his brain or what happened to the afterlife.
Okay.
And they see a visual of this guy with a tattoo right here and him at a hospital or something. And they're like, this guy doesn't have a tattoo now. And like, what the fuck am I looking at? So
I feel like I've seen it, but I just can't remember
it's
it.
pretty bizarre. But what they find out is, like, if you have a really big regret, you will, and then you end up killing yourself or something bad happens to where you die, you relive it into a different sliver. Like, you will relive it in a different way. So that's why this guy had a tattoo. And basically what happened was, the dad, his wife wanted to eat dinner with him, and he was too focused on the discovery, working on that,
Mhm.
that fucking research,
Mhm.
that his wife was like, oh, he doesn't care about me anymore. I'm fucking here being his wife. And she ends up killing herself in the tub. And the dad is just, torn, broken about it. So he gets into more research to figure out what the fuck is afterlife, because his wife just committed suicide. And that's
Mhm.
when the son stopped his research on that discovery. That's why he was left. And now he came back.
The son of that wife and man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he basically kills himself. The dad, the guy that was the dad of the wife, or the fucking the husband of the wife. Yes, that committed suicide. He kills himself and fucking puts all the equipment onto his brain, and they see that once you die, you go into your biggest regret, and you could like relive it a different way, and you'll keep relooping it until you fix that regret, and then you'll what happened?
And then
You'll move on to a different phase of life. So your biggest regret, you'll relive it basically
until you fix it.
until you fix it, and then move on into a different life. So I thought that was pretty fucked up.
I
Like,
mean-
you gotta watch it. It's
It makes you think.
exactly. It just opens your
Could
mind
this
up. You're
be
like,
an
holy
option?
shit.
Could this be a reality? You know what I'm saying? Is this really what happens life after death? Is there an alternate life? Do you move on? Do you just see black? Do you see the light at the end of the tunnel? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you hear so many people that say they've experienced death, or somebody that's died had a flatline pulse and whatnot, and
they'll
then been
experience
resuscitated, and they say, well, this is actually what afterlife is. But almost everybody has a different experience, so
Mhm.
it's hard to pinpoint what the truth is. But yeah, who knows, man? Who
Because
fucking
like
knows?
we were saying in the episode before, is energy cannot be created nor destroyed in that law of physics, or that law of energy. And what happens when you die? Where does the energy go? Because we do have energy. Like, if you put shit on here, you'll feel it, like you'll get an electric pulse.
Is there a life after death? Is there something after death?
I think there has to be something.
And they even say sometimes, when they say like the ghost hunters or whatnot shows, do you get trapped in an area if you're not ready to die, or if there was something you needed to complete before you die? Like this shit, like you needed to move on. You need to
Yeah.
finish something before
Just
you
in a
moved
loop,
on.
constant loop until you figure out.
Until you
what need to
figure
do
out.
next.
But even then,
What do you think about talking to people that supposedly have abilities to speak to,
that I'm a little bit skeptical on, but I can see why it's something that's so touchy that somebody like myself, or anybody who's lost somebody so close to them, you want to see any reason to be able to
exactly.
talk
That's
to
what
that
they say.
person.
That have you ever seen the Netflix series Life After Death or something like that? Basically talking about it.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's pretty.
I honestly, death is a really touchy subject for me ever since that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's crazy.
Ever since I lost my brother, death is a really touchy subject, and ever since then, I don't joke about death. I won't fucking, I have a very different outlook on death, and anybody who's died. I will never speak bad on the dead. It's just
I mean,
not me.
it's crazy to think, because
And you can
I just want to talk about that discovery, because if you watch it, it's.
but that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, it makes you.
it's
Kind
trippy.
of. It's like watching it. It kind of makes you hopeful, because you're like, damn, I never.
There
thought about
is a
it this
life
way.
after death.
Yeah,
The person's
but
not
this.
the person's not done with when their life is on as we know it is done. There's something else.
Yeah.
You move on to something else, and whether that's true or not, it like I'm saying, when you ask, what do you think about people talking to the dead or whatnot, it's hopeful to believe in it.
Yeah, so some people will try to make a profit off of it as well.
And that's where there's always going to be good and bad on everything. There's going to be people trying to make money. There's people that are real, and that's where it's kind of conflicting to me. Is some people, I believe, could possibly really have that connection, but then there's those pieces of shit
who will
that
try to pick out little things that you'll fucking catch up on and be like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm 100% skeptical. And I've, you know what I mean?
For The Discovery, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's bizarre. It'll open your mind, and honestly, it's a good film. I like films. I've loved movies since I was little.
It's just called The Discovery.
It's called The Discovery. It's on Netflix.
I'll watch it.
It's bizarre.
I'll definitely watch it.
Anyway,
any other topics you want to talk about?
Any other topics?
What do you think deserves a good tip?
What do I think it deserves a good tip? That's hard to say because I was living in Japan. In Japan, tipping was basically a bad gesture. It's basically saying you're not doing your job good enough and you're not getting paid good enough. So I'm going to give you some extra money to do your job better.
Really?
That's how tipping works in Japan.
That's how they do it.
That's why I love Japan too.
That's interesting because, I mean, that's definitely not how we live in America.
Yeah, no, hell no. America is just about money.
But based on America guidelines and America rules, how would you say that you should be tipped on?
I'd say quick, good, polite, and expedited service.
Yeah, but even then, it's like,
and as long
if you're an Uber driver versus being a fucking a Chili's, waitress or waiter, it's two different things to go by.
Yeah.
So what's the average thing? To me, it's how did that person respond to you?
Yeah, but do you expect your Uber driver to spark up a conversation and try to get you to tip?
That's the thing though, is some people don't want to talk to their Uber driver at all, and which I wouldn't sometimes. And sometimes I'm like, I got nothing else to do, so let me just talk to my Uber driver.
So how do you judge your tips on Uber drivers then?
My tips on anybody, even with a waitress or a waiter, if I'm sitting there saying, how are you doing today? How's it going on? Then yeah, talk to me. But if I'm sitting there like, I want my fucking Big Mac or get me to this location and I'm not talking to you, get the fucking hint that that's the way I want to talk, or that's the way I want my experience to go.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I think somebody who deserves a really good tip can judge and act on how you're acting. And
that's reading a lot of body language, and a lot of different cultures have different ways of being perceived, and because different cultures do different things way differently than we do.
But not even, I can't say that, not even that, because I can be my culture and sometimes want one treatment and sometimes want another. So to me, a real expert in being a service to a customer
would just be reading body language.
Not even body language, but yeah, what is the mood? Reading the mood, reading the atmosphere. Is this person drunk and just trying to talk and have a good time during their ride, or even drunk trying to get their meal, have a good time? Whatever the case may be, you need to be able to read people. And I feel like that's a real big problem nowadays is people can't fucking just understand what somebody's vibe is.
No, I understand that because, you got those sometimes waiters are dealing with couples that are arguing. They're like sitting at the table arguing. They're like, oh, I'll just give you a few more minutes to go over the menu.
What I like the most is when a waiter will give me the bill before I'm even done eating. Just not even give me it like hurrying me, but like whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here it is. Because the one thing I hate the most is when I'm done eating it, now I have to sit here and wait for the fucking waiter to then bring me to my bill. So then now I have to put the money there for them to walk back around again and then come pick it up.
Do they have to figure out the perfect timing? Because sometimes the waiter can just bring you your bill ASAP and be like, yo, get the fuck out.
But that's what I'm saying. You can feel the vibe.
Yeah.
If somebody's like, here you go, versus whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just how you approach it 9 times out of 10.
Definitely.
And
but I feel like a lot of customer service people are dealing with a lot of stress as well.
I don't give a fuck. I've been a Starbucks barista.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? I've gotten really good tips and I've gotten no tip. You know what I'm saying? It's also some people just don't like to tip.
How do they deal with tips at Starbucks? Do you spread or?
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah.
Is no matter how good of a tip I get, it's spread out between the whether somebody's not even working that day. It's based on a week. You just whatever got collected in that week will then be divided into how many workers there are. That at least while I was working there, I don't know how it is now, but I'm assuming they didn't change much. Which I thought was really crazy. What a lot of people don't know is Safeway, or I'm sure other grocery store chains.
Take tips.
You can now.
Oh, you can now?
Yeah, now they recently, not recently, but like a couple of years ago, while I was working at Safeway, changed it to where now Starbucks employees can get tips. But yeah, before that, they couldn't get tips.
Yeah, it was horrible. I'd be taking people's groceries. I'd be like, "Oh yeah, here, miss," and she's all, "Here, take this."
No. Don't get me wrong. A Safeway employee still can accept tips. I'm talking about a Safeway Starbucks employee couldn't accept tips.
Yeah.
Even though they're a Starbucks employee, they're still employed by that Safeway, which was I thought was really weird. Didn't make any sense to me, but I'm not the rule maker. I can't decide what happens. I can't decide. I mean, obviously, but I mean, it's just, to me, it's like, what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah, that's weird. How can
you can work at a real Starbucks and get tips, but work at a Safeway Starbucks and not get tips?
How do they have a handle on that?
And there was even times where I was like I said, I was a Safeway employee, especially a courtesy clerk, when you're helping somebody out with their groceries and whatnot. Like a lot of times it was elderly people that usually can't do their own, don't like to lift their own groceries in their own trunk or whatnot. And they 9 times out of 10 want to tip you.
Yeah.
And I have to tell them no. So one trick at least I used was when I got a tip.
Stash that bitch in your pocket.
No, because I didn't want. I mean, not that I didn't want to get in trouble, but one trick was they'd give me a tip. I'd be like, I can't accept tips. I'm sorry, and they'd be like, No, I really want to give you this tip. And they'd be like, Okay. And as I'm closing the trunk, throw it in the trunk in front of them and close the trunk. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They're just like, you know what I'm saying? It was just something funny. The customers usually laughed about it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like,
damn, you wouldn't accept it at all?
Well, my thing was when I was a courtesy clerk, I didn't want to get in trouble.
Oh, okay.
And they seemed to make it a big deal. If you accept tip, it's a big problem because
oh my god,
how are we going to divide that up? You can't divide that up to every Safeway employee's check. You know what I'm saying? So is it just money being lost? Does Safeway just gain that money now in a register?
Yeah,
so,
my boss at Safeway was fucking a BS.
You worked at Safeway?
Yeah.
When?
You don't remember? Didn't we work at the same Safeway for a bit? I don't know, but I worked at the Safeway on Branham? By Branham?
No, that was a different Safeway. I worked on the one right here on Almaden.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it was terrible.
I didn't know that.
My boss.
How long were you working there for?
Only since I was like 16, like 18.
No, but how many? Oh, for 2 years?
It was like a year. And then I was like, yeah, I'm putting...
Well, that's not 16 to 18.
I'm putting my 2 weeks. I'm going to the military, so goodbye.
Oh, okay. But no, yeah. I knew actually a lot of our friends from high school became Safeway employees, which is surprising.
I know, everybody went through the Safeway.
Which was dope when I was the manager and having the homies work for me.
Who'd you work with?
I don't want to give shout outs to certain people, but yeah, these people I was really cool with at the time, but nowadays they seem to be a little bit on the shadier side. Yeah. But it was dope, especially because it's just a different atmosphere when you work with people that you already know.
Yeah, it's cooler. It's fucking dope.
Especially for me being the manager, it was dope for me to be able to tell people like, look, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck how you do it. Get the job done. And at the end of the day, we can fuck around.
You're like, do them go backs and you're chilling.
Okay, you know the deal. But yeah, it's like I don't want any go backs at the end of the day. I don't want, especially because I was night manager. I don't want any go backs because when they come in at the morning, it's like, whoa, what the fuck are all these go backs? So my main thing was get the go backs done. Which those of you don't know, go backs is when a customer say they grab something, bring it to the front register and say, oh, you know what? I don't want this. And then now it's called a go back. You got to go back to the shelf and put it back on the shelf. And my thing is that's what they took real serious was go backs. So if you had a lot of go backs, it showed that you weren't handling shit at the end of the night. So my thing is get the go backs done, get all the other, bringing paper bags to the front registers and whatnot, get your shit done. And then with the last hour, 2 hours, we can fuck around. We can have a good time. I didn't give a fuck. Put in headphones, listen to whatever the fuck you want to, but make sure if I'm calling you on the loudspeaker, you can hear it and we can get shit done. And that's what I'm saying. My store manager loved me. My coworkers loved me because I made sure shit got done, but I was also not being like super fucking strict about it.
Lenient.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I understand. It's not, you want to have a good time. You don't
want
to
be a fucking robotic environment.
You don't want to be thinking like, fuck this job, fuck this manager, fuck this shit. You want to have a good time.
Got to have that leadership.
I think no matter what job you're in, it should be enjoyable. No matter what job it is, you can literally be shoveling shit all day long as a waste cleaner. But if you're having a good time, it makes shit better.
Definitely,
it makes shit easier for everyone.
So then you don't hate your life every day at work.
Exactly, and that's what I try to do. And I think for the most part, the people that worked like under my, they weren't my employees,
under my command,
yeah, however you want to say it. They had a good time. There was sometimes I ran into some issues, but that was people trying to take advantage of me, or take advantage of the situation,
nip it in the bud.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but exactly. Like and even when I was a courtesy clerk, I had those same managers. Shout out Martina. She fucking made it dope. She allowed me to listen to music. She allows me to put in some headphones, have one ear in so I can still hear shit that's going on. Yeah. But I got the job done. She knew that. She can count on me when shit got serious, when shit needed to be done. And that's how I ended up working my way up, because they knew I was also able to handle my shit. I've had people that were courtesy clerks that I got specifically promoted to higher positions because I put in the recommendations, because I knew I could trust that person.
Just need to divide the fucking friendship from the workspace.
Right. And some people prevailed and some people lacked it.
If they don't, then fuck.
And they got let go pretty quick, not because of me, but because you can tell when somebody's not putting in that effort, or putting in the effort when it needs to be put in. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But yeah, honestly, that would have been dope if we ended up working for the same thing.
That would have been cool.
I'm sure 100% now, thinking about it, I could have got you transferred to my Safeway, but it is what it is. We're way past that.
It was a long time ago.
Would have been dope.
I don't know, but
no, I'm telling you, we got into some bullshit with me and some of the courtesy clerks. We did some shit we shouldn't have done. I'm not gonna get into detail, but we definitely got into some shit that might have caused some red flags if it was caught. It's a great job, and it's cool for somebody trying to just make a living through high school or whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I had other older employees literally tell me on a day-to-day basis, I don't understand the new contracts. They don't make anybody want to make a career out of this job. It's just a quick job, make some money to get out of it
for a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I don't want to get too stuck on that subject. But yeah, I'm sure there's many jobs like that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why I'm not still working at Safeway. At the same time.
Gotta find that career, bro.
I quit working at Safeway. It worked for the time being. You know what I'm saying? It got me through the times I needed to get through early on in my life. And I'm glad it was there. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy for the experiences I've learned through it, dealing with customer service and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It was a great experience, but at the same time, there's a lot of shit I was doing that I should have been doing, or there's a lot of shit that I just learned in general from that job that I would have never got from anywhere else.
Yeah. We're wrapping up episode 3.
Episode 3.
In the books.
I got this slurshie, whatever
Chug
the
it?
fuck it's called. It's called, it's full.
Chug it?
I just opened it's called apricot peach sour fruited slushy. These are a little bit thicker. It's a weird beer if you ever had it. Specifically from this company. I've had a couple now. I think one of them, the last one was a plum or some shit like that. And it was fire. I personally loved it. I personally love the shit out of it. But to me, it's not a beer at this point. From the beginning of this episode to the end of the episode, it's a slushy when it says slushy. I've even seen some that say milkshake or smoothie or whatever the fuck it is. And when you see that when it comes to sours, it really is. It's thicker. It's kind of got some pulp to it, if you know what I mean. But to me, most of the time they're fire. Let me take that first sip real quick. I've never tried this one yet.
Never even sloshed.
That's candy. Honestly, take a quick sip. That's candy. That's candy, dog.
Yeah, that tastes like a fucking.
For real though, all jokes aside,
Yeah, it tastes like a candy for sure.
it tastes like some
Tastes
type
like
of
one
candy.
those,
And that's-
fucking milky orange.
That's 8%. So compared to that, what is that?
This is 6.9.
Okay, so you don't think this tastes better than that?
Yeah, but it's a lot heavier.
It's thicker.
Yeah, thicker, heavy.
Okay, but
I want something light, you know.
because
I don't fuck with heavy too much,
why?
just because it fills my gut, and I'm just like, fuck, bro. I feel like.
But what else are you doing?
It's
It's
just
what time at night?
time for bed.
So why can't you have a little something heavy to go to sleep on?
Because I'm trying to sleep light.
Sleep late.
Sleep light.
Oh, sleep light. I'm sorry.
Yep, that's episode 3. Appreciate it. It's in the books. If you guys have not subs, hit that sub for your boy and check us out on all the fucking platforms. Peace out.
No, well, let's not just peace out right away. I just want to say real big shout out to anybody who subscribed to us already. I know some people, for me personally, I've never been about a YouTube account subscription or a whatever follow. Sometimes, yeah, I'm on more social media follows a little bit easier. But me personally, I've never had a YouTube account to be able to follow, even though I just watch the videos. So it is what it is. But if you got a social media account, it's really appreciated if you follow us, or if you give us a couple likes. If you appreciate the content, if you want to give us some shout outs or hints to what we should try next in beer wise, or what topics we should talk about, we're more than open to it. We appreciate anybody who's followed us this far. I mean, we've only been episode 3 now, but I don't know about Marcus. I would assume it's the same for me, but we really fucking appreciate it. I mean,
Gang.
there's nothing more than I like more than seeing some appreciative comments and some tips, some ideas, anything. We're
Feedback in general.
yeah, exactly, feedback. We're just starting out, so we honestly don't even know 100% what direction we want to fully go in, and we've talked about that between ourselves and whatnot. It's kind of hard to figure it out at first. So far, we've heard a lot of positive feedback. We've had a couple of negative people. Is what it is. We expect that. I mean, it isn't possible to avoid it. But at the end of the day, if you have any ideas, if you have any thoughts, if you have beers for us to try, if you have any topics for us to talk about, please mention it in comments, in direct messages, in anything. If you got our phone numbers because you're a close friend, just shoot it to us. We're not against anybody's ideas. We're more than open to it. I think you agree with that?
100%. Feedback is fucking gold, because if there's nothing, then there's nothing else to go off of. We're trying to figure out what niche we want to do and close in, fucking destroy the enemy by fire and maneuver, and repel the enemy by close quarters and combat. Just kidding. That's a Marine Corps Rifle Squad fucking logo.
Sorry, guys.
Peace out.
Peace.
All right, GG.